Hi everyone, welcome to another video where today you find me on the A64 heading towards north on a very damp day. And the reason why I'm going north to York is I'm taking my car to Max Car Care detailing and valeting services. And why now? Well, because I've entered this car into 2 Concours events and they're fastly approaching. And Nick, who works at Max Car Care, has kindly fitted me in, or squeezed me in, to do some work on the car, both today and tomorrow. So yeah, I've entered 2 Concours. First one in a few days' time, in central London. And the second one is run by the Aston Martin Owners Club, who incidentally celebrate their 90th anniversary this year, at Burghley House in Peterborough. So yeah, I try and take as much care as I can of the car, and I love the car. But I love driving it. And those of you that have been following me for a while know that when I brought this car, it had 7,400 miles on the clock. Fast forward 9 months, and it's now got 18,600 miles on the clock. So I've driven it far and wide, and in all weathers. Now, although that's really great for me because I love driving this car, going to visit places, go to events, go on various drives, one of the consequences is that every time I clean it, there's another little mark on it. And one of my biggest regrets when I bought this car is that I didn't get this covered in PPF. But I'm going to put that right. And Max Car Care Detailing are going to help me put this right and prepare for the Concours. So whilst Nick starts preparing the car for the 2 Concours and for the Goodwood Breakfast Club in only a few days' time, as always, let me show you where I am. I've driven around an hour and a half from my home to Max Car Care, which is situated in this industrial unit site just east of York's town centre. As with all things I try and get involved in relation to my car, Nick at Max Car Care was recommended to me by fellow drivers that I've grown to know over the last few months. Quite satisfying seeing the car getting covered in foam. So why have I come to a professional detailer? Well, I like to keep the Vantage clean and in good condition, but as I've said in the opening sequence, I've found tiny stone chips at the front of the car, and I'm also seeing swells in the paintwork. And prior to it being displayed at the Concours events, I also want it to look its best for Goodwood. So let me show you the plan for these busy few days ahead, all of which will be accompanied by a video coming to the channel soon. So the first day is now, this video, and Nick will run through a few of the elements he's putting my car through. So the next video will show me collecting the car in its finished and amazing condition. Then I drive south, down to family in Surrey, as early the very next day my dad and I are off to Goodwood for the Breakfast Club. So that will all be in the next video. And stick around until the end, as there's a sneaky preview and the images and sounds are amazing. The third video of this Concours series will show some brief filming of me preparing the car for the London Concours, and then the Concours itself, where we take a look around some amazing cars. And although it rained on and off throughout the day, it was still an epic experience which I look forward to sharing with all of you. Then finally, the Aston Martin Owners Club Concours at Burghley House will conclude the Concours series. The one thing I'm concerned about for that one is that I need to drive around 2 hours to get to the Concours, so I hope the car is in a good condition by the time I arrive. Tune in to see how I get on. Anyhow, back to this video and the initial preparation. So that's what the Vantage would look like if it was in white. Now I prefer the ceramic grey it's in. Once Nick has done all the decontamination and washing out here in the open, we'll move the car into a bay inside the unit, where Nick will examine the paintwork, steam clean the engine and hopefully sort out the tiny stone chips, which I cannot stand, which is my own fault for not getting this car covered in PPF when I first bought it. The PPF won't be fitted at this stage because there isn't time, but I am coming back here in late July as Nick will be covering the front, side seals and the front of the rear arches with PPF, which will be prior to me heading across Europe to celebrate Aston Martin Owners Club's 90th anniversary in Austria, and I'll be filming the whole experience, which includes an overnight stay at the V8 Hotel in Stuttgart, Germany. So there's loads going on now and loads still to come in the future. Incidentally, I hear that some Concours judges frown upon PPF being fitted to the car. So if that is true, that works out quite well with the timings, as the PPF will be fitted after the two Concours have been and gone. I will ask the judge about PPF and seek their views on it during the more scrupulous Concours at Burghley House. You'll also see how my car was marked, and I'll share what the car was marked down for, if it does get marked down, which is inevitable to be honest. This is now a very well used car, it's certainly not a garage queen. I'm really looking forward to seeing the car and how it looks when I pick it up tomorrow. That horn in the background you can hear is a sandwich van, which has just turned up so people can grab a lunch that work on this industrial estate. Just these steps Nick has taken with the foam and a thorough wash has already made a huge difference, although the car was very dirty as the drive here was far from ideal in the pouring and heavy rain. That ceramic grey is starting to sparkle as it catches the sunlight. I don't know whether it's just me, but it's starting to get that showroom mirrored brand new effect. It's looking really good already, and Nick is only just getting started with this.
I called you, no answer, it's cool though, I feel you, a blue blood, this party, a new you, I hate him. Warm tears are falling, can't tell if I'm balling, floating through this kitchen, 1,000,000 miles from living.
So Nick, what does this do, this next bit?
This removes basically iron fallout from your paintwork, so bits of brake dust. You get iron fallout from overhead power lines, railway tracks,
Right.
all that kind of stuff. Anything that involves metal
Yeah.
can cause fallout to be on your paintwork. This helps resolve it. It goes purple when it's reacting.
Yeah.
But as I say, it doesn't smell too great.
Right.
Some of the downsides. Yeah, it's safe to use on paintwork, wheels. It's a real good.
So if it picks stuff up, it turns a different colour, does it?
Yeah.
Right.
That shows you where. It's useful because we're going to clay it after this as well. Go over it with the clay cloth. So it's useful to indicate where we need to sort of maybe spend a bit more time.
Yeah.
As well. It's a good maintenance product for a ceramic as well. Ceramics, sometimes people think the ceramic's gone.
Yeah.
But what it's done is it's got contaminated. You go over it with what's called a decon wash, which is using iron fallout remover and tar remover, and it'll come back to life.
Right.
That's quite common. I've had that before. They can get clogged with calcium deposits just as a wax can, but they now make mildly acidic shampoos as
Yeah.
well, which they help to dissolve that calcium layer, especially in hard water areas like York.
Yeah.
And your ceramic will start bleeding again. So
Right.
you're probably going to get better shots for the colour change. If it was a white car,
You'd see it.
you'd
Yeah.
see it more easily. Black cars, you never see it. Dark purple cars, it's more difficult.
Yeah.
Light blue cars, obviously, it's quite easy.
Can't tell if I'm balling, floating through this kitchen. I hear the golden siren out the window.
Just look at this. Wow. Because I live with this car, I can see a big difference as to how clean this is compared to when I clean it. The shine is just incredible. It really is like a mirror shine. That's the best I can describe it. The camera may not be picking it up for you guys at home, but trust me, this is looking really good. So if I point out some of the stuff that I've noticed.
Yes.
Like first of all, the stone chips. So there's one there. There's
One
a little
here.
tiny one there.
A little bit there. There's some
I
tiny.
don't know whether that
ones
comes
around
out on
here.
the camera, but yeah, you can see it there. But then none of them, I don't think, unless you are sort of dented. Yeah, around there. And there's one that you noticed.
Somehow.
And there's one the other side. I think when the hood goes up,
Someone's put the wipers up.
it's rubbing on the wipers. But that was there when I bought it, I noticed. But
Right.
one of these, on I don't know whether it's this side. There's a little white mark.
No,
I think it's the other side.
Yeah, it is. I've already spotted that.
So there's
Right
that.
off, 'cause it's still dribbling water, but yeah, it's there.
Yeah,
I've got
there's
that.
a little
That's
white mark
fine.
there. Now, I don't know whether you can do anything about these, but again, this is when I bought it. They're sort of, where are they? There. It's like a scuff. I don't know whether that can, on each side. I have no idea how that could have happened.
Oh yeah, I can see them.
It's almost as if, because I've had some work done with the exhaust, or whether they would have. I didn't.
That's deep. That's gone through.
Yeah. But I mean, you don't notice it that much.
No,
Only
I
in
can run a
certain
polisher
lights,
over it and see what it does.
just see if
but
it
yeah.
can. And now and again, I see a slight, and I've been working on it myself, a slight rash here, as if someone, the previous owners, put a bag there.
I want to just film it from there, and I can tell you exactly what that is.
Can you see it? Can you see it?
That hazing. There.
Yeah.
That hazing.
Yeah.
That's DA sanding marks
Right.
from a body shop.
Ah.
So it's had either a scratch removed or this boot's been resprayed. And that's when they flat it back with a dual action sander
Right.
and then don't polish
Yeah.
it enough afterwards to get the marks out that they've left in the paint.
Right.
So that's what that is. That characteristic hazing, it's doing this in multiple different directions. I'll show you exactly what a dual action looks like.
Is that rectifiable?
Yeah, through machine polishing. They move like that, and then if they have a sanding,
Yeah.
and obviously if you've got a sanding disc on there,
Yeah.
that will then leave.
So that's probably been done, prepping this for sale.
Correct.
Probably to me,
Probably.
rather than respraying the boot off.
But you won't spot it.
No, I mean I've
That's
only
not-
noticed it, and I only notice it in certain light when the light hits it, and I think, God, what's that?
And then all of a sudden you're in a detailing bay with a gazillion lights pointing at it. And
Yeah, and then it's.
well, if I drop the lights,
I mean,
again,
even here, I can just.
see it even more if I do this. These particular LEDs, if I do that, that'll make it even more.
Yeah, it is hard to see,
It is. But I've got it
you
there.
can see it, can't you?
Yeah.
But that's what I've noticed. I can't think of any other marks apart from those stone chips. The one on the side seal, that, those grazes there that I've pointed out. Unless you've noticed anything.
I'm going to
in
go
your
around
time.
it, but I mean, I've already made a mental note of these.
Yeah.
And that there, and then once I've done that, I'll let that dry out. I'll let them dry.
Yeah.
I'll also do the engine bay. So getting the paint on here is my priority now. So
Yeah.
It's got time to cure before I machine polish over it.
Good point. So the paint, you advised me when I originally popped in
Yes.
to order this,
Chipex.
which I've never heard of since I came here. But that is they guarantee 100% perfect match to
Yeah.
that car. So
It's,
I'll leave that with your good self.
I've had good results with Chipex, so yeah.
It's worth just pausing here for a second to allow me to show you the Chipex website. Now, I had no idea this existed until recommended by Nick. As you can see here, Chipex provide a 100% paint match guarantee, and it's so straightforward to use. Once ordered, you get sent this cylinder which contains everything you need to get the job done. So you just type in your car's registration number here, and the details of your car pop up on screen. Just make sure the details are correct before you proceed. So here you can see the details of my ceramic grey Vantage. Now, I did notice a 15% discount here, which I didn't see when I ordered my paint. So an ideal time to purchase some paint if you're thinking of touching up some stone chips that have been annoying you on your own car. And no, I'm not sponsored by Chipex, just sharing information that you may find useful. But Chipex, if you're listening and you want to sponsor the channel, please get in touch, I'll be happy to discuss. So once you're happy the details are correct, you can see you get a choice of 3 options, and it tells you what you get in each option. Now for me, I went for the light version, as it had everything I needed, or rather it had everything that Nick needs, and I'm leaving it for Nick to apply as part of the treatment for my car. So are you quite confident that these will effectively disappear? Do you
They
think?
will. It's what I call. If you get right up to it,
Yeah.
you'll be able to see it.
Yeah.
But short of respraying your entire bonnet, it's where do you draw the line? But it's certainly better than stone chip white.
Looks lovely in that light, actually.
Yeah.
So we get this done. I'll pick it up tomorrow.
Yeah.
And then we'll book it back in for frontal and side skirt sort of PPF. The one thing that we've got to talk about that I wanted to ask you some advice are these. So this bit is a panel of PPF, which if you run your hand over, it's all pitted.
It's
like I haven't shaven. Is that doable for tomorrow, or is that?
I'll have to see how I go.
Yeah.
If I'm honest.
Because I don't want anything rushed. So
no, absolutely. I mean, I want to get the paintwork looking absolutely spot on.
Yeah.
And then, obviously, if we do get time for the PPF, happy days. But
Yeah.
if not, I'll redo them when I do the...
Because that's quite badly pitted.
Yeah.
None of that will come out, will it? Do you think?
Not really, no. But it's done its job.
Yeah, it has.
It's protected the paint, so...
The other thing, I suppose, now we're here, is I noticed a few marks here, like a little rash from stones, I suppose.
Yeah.
If you run your finger, it's very similar to that. If you run your finger over it, you can feel it.
It gets
But
peppered.
You know
Pebble dashed.
all about that. But yeah, thank you very much. I can't wait to see it tomorrow.
Back on and do the paint touch-ins, and then when I get down to the paint direction, I'll...
It's in safe hands. Thanks very much, Nick.
No problem.
Well, I'll see you tomorrow. Yeah. So I left Nick to crack on with my car whilst I took the train home.
I see the crossroads coming up ahead. A choice I made, but haven't made yet. Why do pathways feel so threatening? What ifs are never ending? Caught in the shadow of what might be, a future I fear, but still cannot see. Wait up, tomorrow should be easier.